Alright, I'm out of the tent. It's dinner time. Been chilling, just chilling. Put some rice on. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. So we are on a rest day in Bullards State Park. We're gonna try and chill. Actually, we've already started the chilling. It's probably like 8:30 and we've slept in. Usually we've been on the bike by about 7:30. So yeah, it's been really good to at least take a break from the morning. Just eating some oats, and then we're probably gonna get back in the tent for a little while. I'm gonna do a little bit of video editing, catch up on yesterday. Then we might check the park out a bit. There's a little ride down to the lighthouse we might do. And yeah, just take it easy. So there's a bunch of wild turkeys out today. Apparently they've come through the park and they've been terrorizing the dogs. All the dogs have been barking at them. Actually, I thought they'd be scared of me, but they're all coming towards me. People must feed them. Let's see how close they come. So they're all making their way up to the tsunami evacuation trail. Maybe they know something we don't. They actually came towards me though. I was pretty surprised. Taylor's probably going to come up the other way and be like, what the hell? What are these turkeys? Turkeys! So how lovely is it that the poop dump station is right near the hiker biker? And look at all these guys waiting or to dump their shit. Slight whiff of it coming through to the campsite. Not too much. So I've spent the morning just chilling in the tent, video editing. Nearly got yesterday's done, which is great. And I'm just throwing some lunch on now. I'll show you guys what I got going on. I'm also going to clean the site up a bit. Things are a bit messy. So I got the old favourite. 3.5 cups of rice. And we're going to have it with a fresh pepper, actually, which will be really nice. I'm going to go throw these battery packs in this light on charge. Let's see if these USBs actually work. Well, the lights are on, so you'd expect it to work. Have a look, shall we? So it looks like it works. So it looks like they have a bin for these disposable propane bottles. Yep, that's them. And all the state parks seem to have these big old trash compactors. Not really something you want to get too close to. And of course the hiker bike is right around the corner from it. Alrighty. And the food's ready. We chucked that pepper in it, looks pretty good. We're actually running out of food. Thought we'd have heaps, but it's just disappeared so fast. So it's been a pretty chill morning. Well, it's afternoon now. I'm gonna have a quick look at my bike because I noticed yesterday the shifting on the front derailleur is a bit messed up. And then after that, we're probably gonna go hit the lighthouse. It's about 3 miles from here. Although we've just realized we haven't paid for another night in the site. We better do that too. So I've had a bit of a look at the bike to try and see what the issue is. The problem I'm having is that okay, so either the derailleur is shifting it right off the big ring, or it's not shifting up into the big ring. And I think I've worked out the problem is this adjustment screw. If it's adjusted in to a point where the chain doesn't come off the big ring this way, then to shift out of the big ring back to the smaller chain ring, it's really like hard to make it do it. Whereas if it's the other way around, it won't shift up into the big ring. So I kind of got it as good as I could. It shifts. You know, what more can I ask for, I guess? I'm just gonna have to take it easy when I'm shifting into the big ring, especially from the high gears when the chain's more this way. Oh, and by the way, I think the reason it's happening is that I'm actually running a 10-speed chain with, that's an 8-speed front derailleur. So I'm assuming that just tolerance for the 8-speed is greater, and so that the chain can slip off when an 8-speed chain wouldn't. That's my assumption. The reason I'm running that chain is because this is 10 or 11 speed rings, and with the 8-speed chain on these are the absolute black elliptical chain rings. With the 8-speed chain ring, it actually, on the inside little ring, it hits the side of this big ring. So yeah, you need to have at least a 10-speed chain on there. That is an 8-speed cassette though. So besides that, it all works fine. So it's been a real chill day. We have not done too much. You've pretty much seen everything we have done. I'm gonna jump in the tent and have a nap because yeah, just why not? We might check out the lighthouse later, but for now, we think it's really important just to listen to our bodies. So if we're tired and we think we need a rest, we're just gonna take a rest, you know? We're doing so much like exercise, physical activity, so much spinning, you know, that I think we've seen so much as well. This is quite tiring, you know. So better just to take it easy, I think. That's my excuse anyway. All right, I'm out of the tent. It's dinner time. Been chilling, just chilling. Put some rice on. We're gonna have it with the sweet potato, and we're gonna go all out, and we're gonna have it with the baked beans as well. Lightens the load for tomorrow and gives us like a little bit of extra taste. Actually, I think the thing that attracts us to the baked beans the most is that it has like a brown sugar barbecue sauce, and it's just like more calories and tastes a whole lot better. Yeah, so that's just bubbling away there nicely. So I noticed the other day that our brake cables are rubbing a little bit on the bike frames. You can see Taylor's is rubbing there a little bit, maybe there a bit as well, and mine, I actually already taped it up. But the problem I had was, I'm not sure if you better see it or not, kind of. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can see that. So on my bike, this cable adjuster had been rubbing right here, and it rubbed all the paint off actually, because you know it's quite hard material. I don't know if it's like aluminium or what. The bike's aluminium though. So yeah, I put a bit of tape over there, a bit of tape over here, and I'm just going to be mindful because I realized depending on how I position it when I pack the bike and, you know, strap the tarp on, it can, you know, be out of harm's way. Like this one is no problem. Looks just like it did in the cookbook. If you guys have any ideas of other meals we could have, obviously high carb, low fat, no oil, vegan, let us know in the comments, because yeah, I mean, even I have my limits. You ready to eat? Whose hat's that?
It's mine.
Suits you. I've never seen it before. I thought you didn't bring a hat. Just like you didn't bring a jacket, or you didn't bring any pants, or you didn't bring your own socks.
That's just how I roll.
Alright, so it's probably around 6:30, and I'm about to take my clothes down off the line. What you guys will find is that when it gets a little bit later in the afternoon in Oregon, or at least around this area, it starts to get damp, and Oregon's so humid to begin with. So if you leave your clothes out, like in a few hours, they're gonna get kind of damp feeling, and by morning they'll probably be wet. So yeah, just put them in your bag or something like that. That's what I've been doing. Also, I've heard of a few guys, and they've said that they've left their salty clothes out, and mice, I guess, have actually nibbled at it and put holes in it, because I guess they like the taste of the salt. So I've just been walking around, taking it easy, getting a few jobs done, trying to get things ready for tomorrow morning, because we've sort of spread out a little bit more since we had a rest day here. Figured I'd show you guys what I got done, just give you a heads up. So what I did was I locked the two bikes up, and the reason they weren't locked is we only have one lock, and we were using it for the lockers. Now I had my phone on charge in the locker, and I was just a bit paranoid. We've got the battery packs in there now. We're not too worried about them, because I think a battery pack costs like $10 to $30, it's not like a phone. But what I would recommend is bringing a second lock if you want to lock stuff up in the lockers. Something slightly smaller than ours, because I don't know if I'll give you a closer look of it, but some of the lockers in Oregon anyway, where you hook the lock, this one's bit like a little bit too big. I don't know about locking valuables in the lockers though, to be honest. In my opinion, like a thief is going to straight away go to the lockers, because obviously they're going to see the lock on there or whatever, and they're going to know that your valuables are in there. So to me, you're better off actually keeping it in your tent or just on your person at all times. Yeah, I don't know. I would be hesitant to leave anything valuable even locked in a locker overnight, because these locks, they're not that strong. Ours is big, but you could get it open, and I'll show you the lockers. They're made so it's hard to hit them with a hammer or something, but small locks you can break them with like a screwdriver or a spoon. So you can see there, there is a cover, so it would be hard to actually hit the lock with something. But I mean, that little lock, it wouldn't take much to break that. I'm not sure what they've got in there, but yeah, like ours, it's just, you can open it, take the battery packs out, that would be that. A little lock would keep honest people honest, in my opinion. I also filled up all the water bottles. I always like to fill them before bed, so we have them all ready in the morning for making oats and also to drink during the night. Try and fill them all up at the same time. It doesn't always go that way. We're just going to leave the propane stove out, because this bottle is actually really hard to screw on, and I don't want to take it apart to have to screw it on again. I really need to do the dishes, but there's a tiny bit of rice left, so I might try and eat that now and get that cleaned up. And then yeah, we're pretty much organised for bed. I have started to try and put everything away off the table during the night. If you see my other videos, you've seen that I used to just leave stuff out, like everything. But I've noticed that everyone else puts stuff away. And I mean, it does look way neater. And also, I'm worried about like attracting the local like wildlife. I'm worried about attracting the local residents maybe as well. You never know. Like, I think most of your camping stuff's going to be safe, but seeing stuff out might be enough to attract someone to come and, you know, at least suss it out and see what's there. Also, it looks way neater, looks better, more presentable. And if it rains out of nowhere, at least that stuff's not going to get wet. That said though, I probably am going to leave the propane stove out just because I can't be bothered packing it away. Probably the cooking pot as well, and the water bottles, whatever. Make sure you wrap up your panniers good, because if you've seen our video when we have a day off in Cape Disappointment, a raccoon literally put their hand in through the locked, like, you know, the wrapped closed bag and dragged out our bag of cherries. So the site's cleaned up and I'm gonna get to bed. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and comment if you've got any questions about the state park. Tomorrow we're going to be cruising on to Humbug Mountain State Park, so make sure you tune in for that.